It's a Texas weather discussion video for Monday, the 12th of August. I'm Donovan Neal. Dangerous heat continues for the next couple of days, although we may have some relief by midweek when a rare mid-August front, notice how I didn't say cold front, but a front, brings just a little bit of relief for the next several days, and also a chance of showers and storms during midweek. So here's the upper air map across the nation this morning. You can see upper high parked right on top of south central United States and parts of the deep south. That's why we are literally baking, and temperatures are already in the low to mid 80s, already in the mid 80s around Dallas Love Field, and it won't get any better with highs basically right at the 100-degree mark and around 102 and 103 in many locations. And across the watch warning map, we have an excessive heat watch in areas in the Burgundy, an excessive heat watch in effect for basically all the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex and parts of and areas down to the south and east and just to the north of us. Surrounding that, we have a heat advisory in effect, a couple of places in South Texas under excessive heat warning, and also an excessive heat warning for areas in the magenta around the adjacent states. But most of the area basically, very, very hot is the main word. Take a look at the convective outlooks. We have an enhanced risk of severe storms for parts of central Illinois and through parts of Iowa and Missouri. And on day 2, that risk of severe storms for parts of the northeastern United States. Down here, a risk of severe storms, a marginal risk at least for parts of the north central United States and north central Texas. And also that'll be storms that'll come through mostly during the overnight hours. Keep in mind that outlook lasts until 7 a.m. Wednesday, and on day 3, that marginal risk shifts even further down to the south. We're solidly in the green. Risk of thunder during the morning hours, but no severe weather is expected. This is the average rainfall for the next 7 days, valid through Monday morning of next week. You can see rainfall totals, basically not that much, around a quarter of an inch or less for much of the north central Texas area. And that's anything that we see to Tuesday night through pre-dawn hours on Wednesday, but at least it's still something. Let's take a look at the tropics. Tropics remain very quiet. Nothing new expected for the next week or so, which is very, 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 very strange because we're a month away from the peak of the hurricane season. So we'll definitely keep an eye on this. So let's take a look at the global models here. This is the 12Z run, the 06Z run, the GFS filed this afternoon at 1 o'clock local time. You can see 594 heat ridge still here. Down here, we remain pretty dry. Highs around 100 to 105 with heat indices around the 110 range. And of course, if this forecast verifies, and depending on how this forecast goes, we may have an excessive heat warning for our area, just to be aware. But it may be a heat advisory, but we may have an excessive heat warning for a few counties in central Texas. So just be aware of that. Same thing on Tuesday, but on Wednesday, we have that front coming through during the pre-dawn hours on pre-dawn hours Wednesday, and also Tuesday overnight have that front come through. Let's take a look at the radar. This is off the NAM, 5 o'clock a.m. local time. You can see we have just a couple of showers and storms in place for parts of north central Texas. Not a complete washout. I say the best chance of a spot getting wet. It's basically 1 in 3. Not that great, but at least that we'll have cooler temperatures on the way. Highs will be in the mid 90s on Wednesday, and then we clear out on Thursday. Highs will still in the mid 90s. Still mostly sunny skies. Overnight lows still in the mid 70s. And on Friday, we do warm back up to the upper 90s, but at least the upper high pattern by Friday won't be as gruesome and horrendous as this upper air pattern. Only have a couple more days of this. And here's Saturday, and this is Sunday. We stay dry for the weekend. Highs mostly in the upper 90s, with the lows mostly in the 80s. Once again, dew points may be high once again. But here's Monday of next week. You can see we have that heat bubble still still on top of us, and down here it looks pretty dry as a result of that. But here's the end of the 10-day forecast period. This is with the Wednesday, the 21st of August. You can see we have that trough that we can see ridging for most of the United States, and down here that looks pretty dry. Numbers for the next 15 days. You can see we have highs pretty much over the century mark, but then we have that front come through by Wednesday. Highs will be cooled down to the upper 90s, and then as we head towards the late August, the highs will cool down to the upper 90s and eventually to the mid 90s as we head towards late August. Think cooler thoughts. That's it for the Texas weather discussion video for today. Our notes in a blog. Next video here will be posted at around 7 a.m. tomorrow morning. If you can, catch your local TV stations on the air this afternoon at 4, 5, 6, and 10 o'clock. Thanks for watching. Have a great day, and Godspeed.